Hello there, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, amazing one joining me from across the globe. How are you doing today? I'm sending you love, greetings, and blessings from the beautiful London in Wales, where I'm spending a short holiday with my family. And I just thought I'll stop by here and wish you a wonderful, glorious, and magnificent day. I hope you're doing amazing. I hope you're prioritizing your health and well-being, because your health is your wealth and the greatest asset that you have. And I'll just give you one core tip or blueprint for a healthy and thriving life. Whenever I talk about healthy life, I always mean mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual health and well-being. I never talk about just the physical, because actually we need to have that holistic well-being to be able to thrive. We are spiritual beings having a natural physical experience. We are made of body, soul, and spirit. And if one is affected, the other would be affected. We cannot talk of having wholeness, integrity, if the parts are falling apart. So if my mental health is falling apart, then I will struggle to actually flourish in my physical and psychological health. And if my physical health is falling apart, we can still overcome that, because our mind is so powerful. The true power lies in our mind to be able to uncover optimal health and well-being. So thank you for joining. And what strategies am I going to share with you today, so that you might look out and ensure that you can actually flourish in optimal health and well-being. It takes consistency, practice, practice, practice. Okay. And the number one I'm going to share with you is, I've said this often, gratitude. Should we talk of gratitude? Gratitude. Superb. Let's just talk of affirmation. Let's talk of affirmation, so that we can work from inside out. The power of affirmation. A lot of people are very negative into this world. Naysayers, with a lot of things that are happening, we tend to often, focus on the negative. Unfortunately, I don't do that. But many people who conform to the patterns of the world, the narratives, they follow the news, watch the news. There is never anything good in the news. Too often, good stories are not shared out there in the news. So it's just the power of affirmation. It's not just, it's very powerful. Call out those things that are not as if they were, and it becomes a reality. Our words are life or death. Our words bring forth what we speak. Our words have the power to transform our minds and neuronal pathways, which are very, very important in signaling us how we have to feel the emotions that we will actually experience, and also pain. So it is very, very important. By affirming, by calling words, scientifically it's been shown that the neuronal pathways change. You can build new neuronal pathways that never existed. It is neuroplastic. Our mind is neuroplastic. It means that you can pull it. Let me just say, you can imagine elasticity. It stretches and then it comes back to its original state. When it stretches, it doesn't break. So it can stretch to the right, to the north, to the west, to the east, and up and back and downwards. It will come back to its original state. That is how our mind is. So it's not because you've been pressured in one direction, you've been pushed downwards, you're going to stay there. You have the power to bounce back. You have the power to stretch in the opposite direction. If you were pressed down, if you were knocked down by life, you became so negative, you were abused physically, mentally, emotionally, you have the power to rise above that abuse and start being optimistic and start experiencing healthy and thriving emotions. That's up to you. And affirming is powerful. If you are going through abuse, rather than saying I'm a victim of abuse, I'm a victim of domestic violence, why not change the words you use? I'm a victor and not a victim. I'm a victor, I'm thriving, I'm conquering. This situation shall pass. I'm more than conquerors. For me, through Christ who strengthens me, I've got power over this situation. Nothing that I go through in life can break me or has the power of breaking me. I can overcome whatever I'm going through. You keep speaking, you keep speaking. You are in pain. I am actually coming off this pain. You don't want to still use pain. You want to use the opposite. It's like an antidote. When you have poisons, they give you something antidote, or which is against the poison. You're giving something that will neutralize, and above all, then take your cells or your system back to the norm, to its original state that it was actually created to function at. So if you are talking about, for example, someone is saying you're stupid, for example, you are intelligent, you are wise, you want to use the exact opposite, uplifting and positive word, to take you over a situation, or to create the pathway, the neuronal pathway that will lead you to the ideal that you thrive for. But I want to tell you this, without you having an ideal destination, But in this case, it's easier because you're affirming, which is why I've just gone for affirmation. It seems to be the easiest in this case. So you can just call for things that you want to call, because it's easier. You can speak for those words, whether you feel it or not. Affirmation has got nothing to do with feelings. They are words. They are words that you speak over time, whether you like it or not. These new neuronal pathways are created with or without your permission. Is the way our mind functions. So it's not about feelings. It's about the words. The words bring life to your system. The words actually restructure or kind of change the structure of your brain. For example, you had to go somewhere. You had to go to Manchester, for example. Let's assume there was no motorway to take you to Manchester. You live in Liverpool. I live in Liverpool. Right now I'm at Wales. And there is no pathway. There is no motorway. When you speak, you begin to create a new motorway. You begin to create a pathway that can take you to Manchester from where you are. But the thing is, which is why affirmation, even though it changes our lives, it gives us opportunities to live or go to the destination that we desire, from poor health to better health, from poor health to greater health, and all of that. We must take certain actions. I cannot affirm every single day and sit and eat junk. I cannot affirm every single day and go to bed using the negative words again to bring me down. You will not help. You need to take the practical action to walk through that new neuronal pathway, which is releasing the hormones in your system. Is a bit different because those hormones will be released anyway, anyhow, with or without your control, and then you will start feeling good. Serotonin, for example, oxytocin, for example, dopamine, endorphins, and all of those hormones will be released, and you will be feeling good and great. It will be the opposite of the hormones that are released when you are down and in despair, depressed, and negative. So it's important. Once that pathway is created, you have a motorway that takes you now to Manchester. If you don't physically get off, all right, from your home and say, I'm going to take this road now and go to Manchester, you will not arrive in Manchester. Which is why, as much as affirmation is so important, as much as the pathway for us to go to wherever we're destined to go to in life is important, we must take some practical steps. We must take the actions to step into that motorway, drive and get to Manchester from where you are. Which is exactly the same thing. You must take the steps to ensure that you sustain this positive or lifestyle or healthy lifestyle that you have just kind of like created. You must eat healthy, you must drink healthy, you must be in the company of people who are actually healthy, people who are moving in the same direction, people who are thriving in optimal health and well-being as well, and being so optimistic. Look at how beautiful it is. So that's my tip for today. One powerful tip or blueprint for you to thrive in optimal mental health and well-being as you care for your health and well-being, so you can flourish in optimal health and well-being. This affects not only the mental, but over time the physical as well. As you speak forth, you begin to send out words that are alive, words that are uplifting, energetic, and bring life into your body, and you can begin to experience great health. You can begin to flourish in optimal mental health and well-being. You are not tempted to speak negative, to speak words that are deadly, and all of that. So I wish you a wonderful and a glorious and a magnificent day from the beautiful, beautiful Landuno in the North Wales. And here is your wonderful friend and doc, Dr. Sylvia Ford Chapley Camp. Again, I'm inviting you all, amazing, phenomenal leaders all over the world, to join us on the 23rd, 24th, and 25th of October 2025 at the state-of-the-art Liverpool University, University of Liverpool, and Liverpool Hope University in the United Kingdom, in the iconic city of Liverpool. Over 3 days, where we have the Global Women Leadership Summit 2025. Our theme is leading with purpose and leaving a lasting legacy. You want to join incredible, groundbreaking leaders from across the globe, pioneers, trailblazers, to have your personal, professional life as well as health and well-being transformed, so that we can live a holistic life, and when we leave this planet, we can leave a lasting legacy that stays behind us. You have a wonderful day, and yes, a transformation friend and doc again. Bye now from London.